Our profits go to charity.
You feel really nice when you see a kid come up and say, "It's Mickey Mouse." We have fought with other things, but our soaps are really precious to us.
We recently featured our bath salt.
So this is a bath salt. You know how you see people online take this relaxing bubble bath and they put this kind of powder inside? It's that. My biggest dream is to take this international.
I would tell them go for it. I mean, something's always gonna work out. Never stop believing.
I never knew there was charity in India.
There are always compromises that we've had to make.
Messy. We're like the fairies who came in, did all the jadoo.
I've been talking to a lot of champs who come from different sports. But why restrict ourselves to sports? Today is special. We have two kidpreneurs who started at the age of 9 and have been consistent at working for 5 years straight. Let's welcome Ariana and Minoyah. Alright, before we dive into the soap stuff, why don't we get to know the people behind the magic? Hi Ariana, hi Minoyah.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm so happy you're here. How are you both feeling today?
Very excited. How about you?
Good, excited. So you started Bathtub Magic at 9. That's wild. Why did you go like, let's make soaps instead of slime or cupcakes?
Okay. So because actually it was pretty impromptu. We started with her nanny. She's the one who taught us how to make soaps in the first place. And then we just went with it, honestly.
So initially we tried selling lemonade in our building. Obviously that didn't work out. And there were less people because COVID was on. And we just thought soaps was a fun, creative way. People through all age groups need soap, and that's why we thought it was a really good idea.
It's a basic necessity, and also it's very different.
Why did you come up with the name Bathtub Magic?
Because we felt like it suited our cause the most.
Yeah, because bathtub, because they're soaps, and now bath salts. Also magic, because we felt really good about being able to help other people with this work.
And it's magic for them. It's like we're like the fairies who came in, did all the jadoo. So that's our logo.
So why did you create this logo?
Because we just felt like
it resonated with our work and
our personalities, honestly. We're both
and
really
at the age of 9, it seemed really cool. So
yeah.
So if your business had a theme song, how would it be like? I'm picturing something totally sparkling.
Totally.
It'll probably be like bubbles and maybe some glitter.
Yeah.
How did you guys bump into each other?
So we've known each other since we were, I think, 18 months. We've been in the same school, live in the same building.
So we've always been really tight because we were two of the only 3 girls of our age. So we've always just been together.
Why did you decide to do it together?
I think we were and still are really, really good friends, and we both have the emotion and the feel for the company, and honestly it's the perfect combination. I mean, her creativity is unmatched, and my parents have a lot of experience in this, so they also really help out. So it's...
By the way, which school do you all both go to?
JHAVERI.
And what grade are you all in?
We're in the 8th grade.
Do you both do anything other than making sports like soaps like sports?
Yes, we do. So I'm currently doing yoga and gymnastics.
And I am doing athletics.
Okay, Ariana, I heard you're the person behind the soap magic. Let's talk about your soap magic. How did you learn to make soaps? Did you just mix chemicals and hope they didn't explode?
No, my nanny had taught me how to make soaps during COVID. So that's where I learned to make soaps.
And I learned from her. So,
what's your favorite soap fragrance and color?
So, my favorite one would probably be the strawberry and the pink. They go so well together, and one of my absolute favorites.
Ooh, nice one. And what made it special to you?
I really like the combination together, and strawberries are my favorite fruit. So.
How do you come up with colors and scents?
So we mix and
Also-
match, of course, when you get it. So we buy our organic, it's food coloring, and we buy our organic fragrances from a particular vendor, and we just mix and match.
Also,
you know,
most
whatever
of
we
the
feel like
time,
goes together.
We leave it up to our customers. They get to pick which fragrances and colors they would like with their certain molds. So
Yeah, because you know, you never know, you could be doing it for a baby shower, a kid's birthday party. It's really up for preference.
So, what's the funniest incident you had while creating soaps?
So it wasn't exactly creating soaps, but it was kind of advocating for our brand. So we used to make a lot of reels on Instagram, and we had this really funny dancing one. Me and Minoyah both couldn't really get the hang of it.
It
But-
took us hours to get it, genuinely.
Yeah,
And
but it was such a great
I mean, if we
memory, and
posted-
we had a lot of fun making the video.
It was, you should have watched us do it. It was absolutely hilarious. We look like hooligans.
So, if you could make a soap based on your favorite movie, what would it look or smell like?
So my favorite movie is The Little Mermaid. So we have like the perfect mermaid mold for it. It would be, I think, turquoise, and it would probably smell like aqua.
So I don't really have a favorite movie, but my favorite color is blue. And honestly, I would go on that scheme. I'd probably make a really dark blue and infuse it with a natural scent like sandalwood.
Alright, now we move to the superstar who takes bathtub magic out in the world, Minoyah. You're the one who talks to customers and sells soaps. How is it like?
Honestly, it's sometimes it can be really nice and sometimes it can be not nice at all because it really depends on the person you're talking to. I mean, I remember there were people who kids used to come and they used to just drag the kids away saying, we don't need this, we don't need this. I mean, that's a little bit offensive considering the amount of hard work we put into it. But there have also been some others who approached us with big smiles and said to their kids, you know, buy whatever you want. And we would tell them it's going to a good cause. The parents would be like, buy even more. And so it was a really big boost for us.
So do people get surprised when it's like, you know, two kids coming up and asking you one soap?
So it's not usually like that. How, like they come across our Instagram page or they see us at an exhibition. Maybe it's spread of mouth because of like family and friends. But I would say that people on the whole are very surprised to see
Yeah,
that.
they're quite astonished to see that, you know, there are 9-year-olds and 12-year-olds in the world doing this kind of work. And because in India it's not very common. Abroad, if you see, every second kid is doing a business. Over here, people are just studying. That's their main focus right now. I'm not saying it's wrong at all, but you don't really find many people doing this.
Also considering all of our profits go to charity.
It sets us aside even more.
Yes, yeah.
So as you just mentioned, you give away your profits to charity. As a business, why don't you keep your profits for yourself?
So because we started this in COVID, we felt like, because we're both very well off, we don't really need it. We don't need, we have all necessities, and honestly we can always ask our parents for anything we want. But there are people out there who can't do that. There are people who were suffering at the time, and we felt like they were more deserving of the money than we were.
Also, I think that this was just our way of giving back to the community. We, like Minoyah mentioned, we have everything we could possibly imagine, and so we just wanted to give that opportunity to the less fortunate.
Hold on, I also don't know about charities that are in India. Where are they in India?
So there are a lot actually. There is one that I can't remember the name. It was an animal charity.
So there are small NGOs throughout the city. There are old age homes and orphanages. Also, many hospitals let you donate to their patients for their patients' procedures.
Yeah, and of course there is I mean, in orphanages in Mumbai, as you have seen Mumbai's infrastructure, I mean, they're not in very good shape. So if we donate to them, it could go towards children's food and shelter, it could go towards their education, it could go towards the infrastructure of the whole place as well.
Also, when I went on your Instagram page, I've seen you going next to some lady in hospital.
Yeah.
So we sponsored her.
Bypass surgery for 25,000 rupees, I think about 2 months ago.
So, what's your favorite place to sell online or offline, like in?
Offline, I think,
honestly,
connecting
we love
with customers.
So we love going to exhibitions, setting up stalls, being able to call people over. And so we also have a lot of family and friends who come there to support us.
Seeing the smile on
Kids' faces was priceless.
when they see their favorite character and they can smell all the beautiful scents.
It's really priceless.
Nothing
to compare.
So, in exhibitions, as you said, you like offline. In exhibitions, how does your stall look like? Like rainbows or mermaids?
So it's not exactly. So we really go with the blue and white theme because that has kind of been our standard. So we'll put up some buntings, we'll arrange some soaps, we'll have some flowers depending on the theme of the soap.
We cater to a lot of people. So we have soaps for, like, we have floral soaps, and then we have dinosaurs, and then cars. So it's not all.
So we also have this really cool ice cream scope. It's like a dome on top of a waffle cone. So we keep that on like a really cool cake stand, so people can spin and see all the different colors. And we keep the donuts right in front.
Yeah, like
that's
different
what attracts.
sections for each type of soap.
A donut like this.
Yeah, very similar to that.
So a donut, So a donut like this.
Yeah, it's really similar. We do different colors, scents sometimes.
What's the most exciting part about selling one soap?
I think the way that it helps bring a smile across someone's face, and
you feel really nice when you see a kid come up to say, "It's Mickey Mouse," and that feeling is just absolutely unmatched.
I agree entirely.
Okay, so you both clearly make an awesome team. Let's talk teamwork, Kidpreneur style. Who's the boss when it comes to making decisions? You rock, paper, scissors, like me, or you flip a coin?
I think because we're co-founders,
we take a collective decision.
Yeah.
We discuss it a little bit, and then we reach a common conclusion. Or sometimes if it's a really small decision, then one of us just takes it.
Have you ever disagreed on soap types?
totally, yeah.
Yeah, of course we have.
We have
So we had this one idea called a soap in soap. I still think that idea could work. You make a transparent soap and you put a smaller one inside it. So as you use the soap, you have one that pops out. But she said no, because the soap inside kept melting and it was really complicated. So we discontinued that. But yeah, of course, there have been disagreements, there have been ups and downs. That's every relationship.
Have you ever, thrown soaps or had a soap fight, like food fight?
no,
Never. It's boiling hot. So
yeah.
So when you melt it, it's really hot.
After that, have you actually?
No,
Never.
We take a lot of care of our soaps.
We have fought with other things, but our soaps are really precious to us.
Totally.
What's one thing you admire about each of y'all?
I think Minoyah is very, very practical, and I'm a little delusional, so I need to stay grounded, and that's where Minoyah comes into the picture.
So I love her creative thinking and how she's always on cloud nine. She always has a new idea. There's always some new concept, something brewing in her head, and she really thinks outside the box. And honestly, like she said, I'm a very practical, pragmatic person, so that outlook really helps me.
So you already done more than any usual adult might do. So what's next for Bathtub Magic?
So we plan to take it forward. We want to build it up slowly and maybe reach to the point where we can have it go international.
Maybe like a small workshop where we have more helping hands to spread smiles across many more faces.
Mm-hmm. Where do you see your brand in a few years?
So we see a small workshop. We have more people helping out with the manufacturing. We see maybe someone helping out with social media. Not like a team exactly, but maybe one or two people. And we still want to keep it very authentic and original. But we can't keep making big orders forever, right? So we need help at some point. So
So, would you ever add any other products like, like this is a new type, like, you know, so like that, are you thinking of adding new products?
We recently featured our mall.
So, will this make the water hot?
No, it adds fragrance and color to your water, making your bath or your pedicure a little more fun and something to look forward to, you know.
What's your biggest dream as young entrepreneur?
For me, it would be to really help the needy out there to do the best I can, you know.
So, of course, similar goals, but I would love to take this. My biggest dream is to take this international, because when you take it international, you're not only helping people in India. I mean, there are so many war-torn countries out there. There are more people who need our help, and I feel like if we do end up going worldwide, we can reach forward to so many more people.
So, what advice would you give to kids who have their own big ideas, like not a soap business exactly, but like fridge magnet businesses? So, what would you tell them?
I would tell them go for it. I mean, something's always gonna work out. Never stop believing, and you know, you would have rather tried and failed than never tried at all. That regret would always stay within.
And honestly, definitely start it. Don't keep it in your head and just feel like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Don't procrastinate. It's the worst thing you can do. And start small. Start with how we started. You know, setting in your building, reaching forward to family and friends, and then build it up from there. Because you never know where it will take you.
So, alright, Ariana and Minoyah, it's time for my favorite part of the, whole conversation, rapid fire. I ask questions and you answer. So, favorite soap color?
Blue,
Favorite smell ever?
Sandalwood.
aqua,
A soap scent you never make?
eucalyptus, and
Yeah.
tea tree.
Tea tree. Yeah.
Dog shaped soap or donut shaped soap?
Donut shaped soap. We're both dog people, but donuts,
Yeah.
you can't beat it.
If your soap was a superhero, what power would it have?
To help everyone.
To help people. Yeah, definitely.
So, favorite emoji that describes bathtub magic?
The bubbles.
The bubbles emoji. Yeah, she's right.
One word for your friendship?
Strong.
Trustworthy, reliable.
One celebrity you wish that would use your soap?
Zendaya.
Taylor Swift.
Imagine them posting on Instagram. Would you like it?
I
would
would be
love
over
it.
the moon.
Imagine how much publicity.
So now I have a small game for you all, the entrepreneur's game. How do you start a business like yours? What are the steps?
So first,
Have an idea, build up on it, think
And-
everything through.
and make a proper plan. For example, if you want to don't set goals exactly. Set like a small plan for the next 3 months where you want to take it. When you start small, you start selling in between family and friends, like I mentioned earlier, and then you slowly go up. Maybe have an Instagram page, start posting regularly, and branch out on your manufacturing.
So is building an audience an important part of this?
Yes, very.
So you want to set a particular age target. For example, with soaps, it's all ages. You know, so it's been very easy for us to target. But if you're doing an age-specific product, then that's the audience you need to target. For example, if you're targeting kids below the age of 12 or 13, then you need to do something that appeals to them.
Before Champs Unplugged, even I had a different idea, a fridge magnet business. So I got influenced by someone in America. She literally just put the magnet underneath, started stapling like a stapler, and that's how she literally created a very big business about personalized fridge magnet. So now I came up with Champs Unplugged. But if I had to continue with fridge magnets, what would my steps be?
So when you look at fridge magnets, you think travel, you think places, because that's a souvenir that everybody wants to take. So maybe have these really cool personalized fridge magnets about where you're staying. For example, your favorite place that you've traveled, or the city where you're staying. You can create. Of course, it should be personalized. It can be, but that's what you should capitalize on, because that's what sells in the market.
You can also do something that resonates with um, the kind of person you are, where you stay, and stuff like that.
Yeah, all the good parts of Mumbai.
So how do you balance your bathtub magic life, your sports or yoga life, gymnastics life, and school life?
So it's honestly hard, I won't try, because I have put my hands in a million things. But you always make time for things that are important to you. So maybe we're not able to do it every week or every day, but somewhere we do manage to make time if there's an order or there's an important exhibition coming out. So
There are always compromises that we've had to make, like whether it's half an hour less of TV time or not getting up to getting to catch up with our friends. It's always been for a good cause, and that's what really helped us.
and also
push through.
at one point we have enjoyed it, because when we're making it together, we're hanging out with each other anyways.
So I balance my this thing. I've been really compromising on school. I take half days release, and I've been packed this whole week. Making soaps, Bathtub Magic, you've been doing it for like almost 5 years. Have you ever had a moment when you're like, it's not happening by me, I'll just give up? And if you had, what made you come out of it?
So we actually never really had those
Never.
moments, because we felt like if there's nothing we are able to do in life, we can always just continue with this. It was always our backup plan, and we felt like this is something that we'll always have.
Also, we got a lot of encouragement from our friends and family, so that really helped us keep going.
Yeah, we felt like if we stop, then there are people out there who are going to lose out.
So, like I said, if you had a bad moment, have you ever had a good moment that you move went, oh my god, such a good hit, and I really want to work even harder to pursue this passion?
Totally. So we've had so many such moments, but I think one of my favorites would have probably been when we got featured on radio. It was so exciting. We told everyone, and
I remember that day, we were sitting in the car and listening and squealing to each other like crazy people, but it was so nice to know that people out there who recognize us, who know that these girls are doing a good job. And one more, I remember we gone to my brother's school for an exhibition, and honestly things were going really slow. We didn't think that we would barely sell anything. That was the first exhibition we sold out. All of our soaps, and we made like 150.
You mean like sold out, I mean your whole store was like empty?
Yes, we had nothing left. The last person who came, we had to sell them this plain soap because that was all that was left.
That must have been a really good hit that day.
for sure.
It felt amazing.
Is there anything that you have recently launched and has picked up?
So I wouldn't say recently, but I feel like all throughout our business, all the exhibitions and orders, I feel that our biggest hits have been the food soaps. The lookalike donuts, the ice creams, the cheeses. We used to have this mold and we used to make these cheese pizzas. So it would be like 6 slices of cheese and it would look so cool.
So we recently launched our bath salts, and they have been doing really well. We have different sizes, and you get to pick your scent and color again. So it's all very personalized and something to look forward to.
As I mentioned in the entrepreneur game time, that what do you think the audience would suit best? So which audience do you think will suit the best right now for you?
I feel like kids up to the age of 50.
Yeah.
Because when we have, so of course there are adults as well, because we have our florals, we have those kind of soaps, but our main hits are the character soaps, the Disney and the Mickey Mouse, the Peppa Pig, the Hello Kitty. They all sell really well. And then we for other age groups, like again it's the food soaps, it's the bath salts. For boys it's the dinosaurs, the trophies, the t-shirts.
We also have like jerseys and lions, seahorses, all your sea creatures. So
Mermaids and have been a big hit.
Unicorns, oh my
Yes.
god, they're such a fan favorite. So, yeah. So I think kids really help.
Boost it.
Yeah.
Obviously, because a kid will point out to the first thing they see. So if you're in an exhibition, a kid will just be like, oh, I want that. and don't have to force their parents to come over. So that's also really helpful.
So,
But is this a t-shirt? This one?
Yes, that is it.
Oh, this is a t-shirt. I just want. So I just see as I'm seeing these soaps, they look really good for me to give to my friends. Like I would definitely gift it to them. So like on what occasions and who do you gift it to?
There are numerous occasions where people have bought our soaps to gift, like Halloween parties, Christmas, Diwali.
So we also do a lot of hampers for occasions like she just mentioned, Halloween, Diwali, Christmas. You normally just don't give just one. For Halloween we have hampers, for Diwali we have hampers, we have different crackers. For Christmas also we have some really cool soaps.
Also, we can do something maybe related to your birthday theme, like if it's maybe F1, we can have like cars and trophies. Maybe if it's under the sea, we can have all your sea creatures, stuff like that.
If it's football, we have jerseys. I think we have a football mold. And if it's for really young kids, like say up to the age of 4 or 5 years old, I think dinosaurs is the best thing you can do.
So when you said football soaps, many of my friends like football and most of them like Ronaldo like me. So can you make soaps like this?
Of course, we can have his jersey colors, maybe a really cool trophy.
And we can have one soap with like the Portugal flag on it. And honestly, we can give it to you because these are smaller soaps. We can give it to you in like packs of 3 or 4 soaps, and you can give those to your friends.
Also, who do you support?
Ronaldo, any day.
Messi.
No.
Sorry, I'm a Messi fan through and through.
So why do you support Messi and why do you support Ronaldo?
I don't watch football, don't play it, but he just seems like the better player on the whole.
No, honestly, I've watched a lot of football because my brother is crazy about it. But because I feel like Messi is much more of a strategic player. Ronaldo is very impulsive. For him, a kick is just a kick. Messi really plans around in his head, and that's the reason he won the World Cup.
Ooh, that's a yes.
Thank you.
But Madrid was better when there was Ronaldo, but now it's really.
Like all those players are crappy now.
Any celebrity you want to use your soap?
Alia Bhatt.
There's Deepika Padukone.
Now imagine him posting this on Instagram.
That would be
crazy.
so
The
exciting.
publicity would be to another level.
So we've talked about your journey, your personal achievements, goals, or about yourself. But hold on, what about your cheerleaders while you were performing?
So I think our parents played a huge role in helping us get here. They gave us valuable advice, helped us, and honestly, we wouldn't have made it this far without them. So
Exactly.
a huge thanks to our parents.
Thank you so much because my dad was the one who helped me with the whole business part of it. He runs his own, so no one would know about this better than him, that I know at least. My mom was the one who would edit the reels and make all the transitions and the really cool captions.
And my dad helped a lot with our finances, where to donate, all the research part. And then my mom was the one behind the scenes making the reels with us,
All the shooting.
finding all the inspiration
and sitting through us trying to very helplessly figure out the choreography.
that was the initial stage. So I think without them we would have never made it here. So huge thanks to them.
Really, and obviously all of the connections that we got were again through our family and friends.
Yeah.
So big thank you to them as well.
Which soaps would you recommend for me? Not because of my hobbies, just normally.
I would say you should really try out our food soaps because honestly they are my favorite. I love the donuts and I'm a complete foodie. So the donuts and the ice creams and the waffles and the cheeses are my personal best.
I know you like football, so I would probably tell you about the jerseys or the trophies, maybe the cars. Also, I'm a huge fan of the dinosaurs. I think they're like the coolest soaps. So I would certainly pick them out for you.
Oh, it sounds so cool. I can't wait to be showering with a pizza slice or a Ronaldo jersey. So how will the others order your soaps?
You can connect with us through Instagram, our page. There are numbers on our soap. You can
Yeah, you can just message us through WhatsApp. You have the phone numbers on our Instagram handle as well.
Or you can DM us directly through Instagram.
That sounds perfect. I'll definitely check it out.
Good to know.